form and attempts to flee if he ever reduces to 23 hit points or less.
Why weren't I allowed to know that?
Maybe this loyalty towards the party was not something you should know.
It wasn't really relevant to you as a PC either.
Yeah.
I mean, the stat block is all you needed to play him, I think.
Uh-huh.
But speaking of stat blocks, how about Jeraphon? Because I know he was like stronger than his age would suggest.
I believe
but I never really
I think
knew
he's an
how
adult, an adult or young adult who has been advanced one size step. So he's stronger and bigger. I think you have a stat out token for him even. I don't know if this is advanced with monstrous HD he's gotten, but like we have a.
Is the picture on that
Can
book
you
where
I disconnected again?
the picture of Jeraphon on the book? I noticed that is where you got the token. Is that the only picture of the? Picture?
Yes, that is the only one.
Oh, that's so sad.
The art in these books is really good, though. Like I gotta commend them on it. Art is just top notch.
I will now.
One of you guys don't need to learn how to draw that.
I will understand
Even if
now
you're well on your way.
why he always looked. I always thought he looked sad on that picture. No wonder he's a mount on that picture. So
Yeah.
The art for Where the Wicked was created by the same artist who made all the art for the Majesty games, published by Paradox, and it's the fantasy simulation kingdom game. He made all the art in that.
He is an advanced adult black dragon who has a size increase.
So he's like CR12. Okay.
14, I think, at this point.
14.
That's because he's had some monstrous HD added since then as a culprit. Getting stronger as you guys did.
What would be Zacharias' stats after killing Mithra? You know, at that point he would be so dangerous that I cannot properly give you a description, but I imagine he would be probably on the level of Pazuzu or some other like a great demon lord, probably at that point.
Remember, Jonas, Zacharias is not the only one gaining power.
Yeah, by the end of our Epilogue story,
guys, this whole thing is just kind of pointless at this point.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Cass just sitting there in between, and she's like, oh shit. She's just gonna give 8 to both of you.
At the end of the Epilogue story, I kind of estimated myself as like a pit fiend with class levels.
Yeah. It's probably correct, sort of.
I mean, stats at this point are absolutely irrelevant to
It's
anything.
so cool to have like an estimate of how cool you are,
I think we're all in our own right excellent arch-villains. For
campaigns.
For
a
campaigns,
mythic campaign to take down all of you, or a normal campaign to take down one.
Yeah, one of us basically. Because if there is a
the
situation
survivors
where
of Endoran, an overrun empire, an overrun kingdom.
If there is a situation where all of the party comes together again to battle something, I don't even know what that would be.
Fuck.
But I do think that every single one of our epilogues could basically be a campaign.
Yeah.
Which I think is excellent.
Well, generally to prevent it, maybe Cassius would be harder, but that would be a cityscape campaign around Katapesh, where you are by another interested party has noticed that all his rivals are beginning to be killed off and replaced, as some new shadow person is taking over power.
Yeah, Cassius is more
maybe
difficult
he's like a
because hers is the most.
I know she has 3 lieutenants,
realistic.
4 council members. It's certainly make a campaign around that.
Reaper has arrived.
There are fewer gods involved, at least.
Yes, that's true. The ending is lower power, you could say.
Just saying, with all of our characters, I can say one. The only thing that I think I can imagine which actually like make us all wake up would be like, oh yeah, Desna failed to keep the elder gods out. Wait, what?
We let Roderick go because what the hell at this point.
When Malon said rule of 2 Sith Lord there, I fucking read it as rule of 2 Shit Lord.
Shit Lord.
You know what? maybe if needed be, it would be pretty cool to, because it is pretty obvious that she would want her kids to be pretty freaking strong, and one of them being, he looks so much like a waste of thought. It would be pretty cool to Zacharias taught him, it's like, no, he's gonna make him undead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, an undead tiefling. So no.
Here's enough subtypes.
He has enough subtypes, yeah.
What happened to? It might be an
So, any
interesting-
more questions?
Yes. What? The Gherkin basically asked what happens to the souls that were claimed by Mithra now that would be slain. What happens to the souls of a god? Like, if a god
That is
falls, what happened to the souls
Who
in
knows?
its domain?
Who knows? I don't know.
Probably nothing
I-
good, right?
I know.
I have no idea.
I know the partial thing that ends up happening.
I mean, they could be an inheritor like a Day, I guess. Someone that picks up the mantle.
If something else manages to step up as god, they'll start inheriting. If not, I basically point you to Purgatory and or Grotius.
Oh, Grotius, you old rascal.
Because Grotius basically cleans up any mess that doesn't fall into Purgatory.
Oh, sure.
But you know, any more questions? Campaign related? If you have any?
Is Mithra just dead?
Well, it's epilogue based. Who knows? It's out there. I mean, we're not picking it up.
Maybe
so
Mithra
it's
is
open
mortal
question.
now and just has to be killed like properly.
Yeah, maybe Mithra was reborn in a mortal form, and I mean, who knows?
The godchild
Anything.
must be hidden.
Could be anything really.
And you know what would make it fun? He is born though right in the middle of Taliax.
Maybe
And
that's
Doran,
the next
yeah.
3-player campaign. Three
Maybe.
players, each an aspect of Mithra without
There
knowing
you
it.
go.
Reclaim their statehood and
One was
And
born in
then-
Taliax, one was born in Katapesh, and then one was born in the far north.
rediscover their mythic powers and then go claim it.
And then
Well, you know,
Look at the enemies lined up.
then Zacharias can show up and say, "So, godchild, you have escaped. Must I be interrupted at every turn?"
just get out of my fucking house.
Mithra foresaw his death and made 100,000 mortal spawn.
Yep.
Mithra made clones.
Damn it! He learned.
Blazing sun rays, huh?
Where's Grumblejack's statue and how big is it? I don't know.
I'm sad that we missed so much with Grumblejack.
You'll always miss a lot of a book, especially when it's a book that wasn't out half through the campaign.
Speaking of missing things, though, did we miss any amazing treasures?
Treasures? I remember. I don't recall.
So
I don't think
no,
so.
like,
I think most of stuff you got.
no braces of god slaying that we missed.
Well, you
like,
didn't use the ring. That was probably the most amazing treasure that could be found. That and of course Hellbrand. But you know, beyond that, not really. No. I generally have been generous because I thought, well, if you don't see it, then we just kind of wasted it. So might as well throw everything out there. As much content as possible. Stuff it in there.
If the White Witch, I don't remember her name,
Yes.
but if Karen had followed up with her interest in him.
And she would have tried to make him join her.
Oh. He couldn't make her join us.
Also, Track would have been furious and tried to murder him in his sleep.
Well, no change there.
So we couldn't make her and her brute join us.
No. Trick was the only one who was loyal enough to Devilkind to join you, while Track was madly in love with her, and her brute was her brute. Would do nothing but follow her to a life vow, and she certainly was ambitious enough to want all of you dead or to be her servants.
Gross. She just ended in such a embarrassing way. She got confused and tried to attack Cash, who was invisible, with a
all
dagger.
these powerful ice spells. It was incredible.
Yeah, that was.
But you
embarrassing.
know, some people never get to do their cool things, and so be it. Not like I couldn't look forward and say, well, there'll be plenty of other enemies.
Oh,
For all the books.
I also like the gnome.
Oh yes, I liked him too.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty great.
That
His,
big
his
picture.
Yeah, that's great.
He's being so.
Look at my horse
take
leg.
his boat.
We did take his boat, yes.
Oh yeah, that horse leg.
Yes.
Oh, the horse leg. Oh yeah.
Oh,
What was there anything cool with that horse leg?
No, it was a scammer.
fake.
It was just a mummified horse leg. Oh.
It was one of the events that you would get coupons for this fake merchant who was selling you all kinds of stuff with magic aura cast on it to intrigue you and make you buy it. And then he left, and he would have left with your money and never be found again.
This is like that you really wanted that horse leg.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
think
gotta think
Tyron
magic
was like
horse
seriously considering it. Like,
I wasn't really seriously considering it, but I had that coupon. I mean, I paid
It was
money
half
for that.
price, right?
yeah,
Half price.
course.
Like, how could you not buy it?
It would be a waste of money not to buy.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what he hoped for. He gambled away coupons, and then he waited for people to come and use them to get half price off his magic items. He would be like, "Oh no, you can't take this from me! You're ruining me!" And then he would take the money and run. Yeah.
Mm.
Also, since you said that Jaraphon would have basically been CR14 in the end, he would have basically had the same strength as Telemondus then. Like, Telemondus was his template, or his base form was basically an old Black Dragon, because I think the stats fit best for the power level he should be at. So the two of them were basically the same strength.
You had much better feats, though, because you weren't NPC feated.
Yes.
Which is a thing that NPCs are. They've done feats like skill focus and such.
In my defense, you pointed me towards the important ones.
Yes,
I mean,
you have to be a dragon,
those,
right?
Yeah. Before I picked those, Terminus wasn't nearly as dangerous as he was in the end.
He should be. He's Telemondus.
Yeah, he should be dangerous. And he was.
Yeah.
And he had like all the magic items ever near the end because help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Is Zach and I'm reading the chat.
Any more questions? Because we continue for 20 more minutes of With the Wicked, and then it's done. It's over. Empty. It's done.
What happened to the Ice Queen? That's interesting.
The Ice Queen, yes. She fought bravely, but in the end she was defeated. She had to teleport out of hell with some of her people, probably to some north to plot some revenge, but she's not really heard from again.
Oh, she survived?
Yeah, she has enough power to teleport away.
She should have agreed on whatever Cash thought was a good
It's too
idea.
hot in Calapesh, though.
She is she worships the Queen of Eternal Winter, the same as the Winter Witch, actually.
So she should have agreed to Cash. You wouldn't have been in that pickle.
What happened to White Tusk and his people? I would assume that White Tusk...
White Tusk is dead.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
His shaman. His people are split up once again in small tribes, living their little lives.
Why is White Tusk dead?
He was in
had
his,
to
he was in his nice
God.
castle, but it got ripped out and sent to hell, and he can't survive there. Probably killed the devil or two before he went down, but he went down. And his
Aw.
druid doesn't really have the power to bring him back to his land.
Oh, I really liked him. Again, damn Dark and Jake.
Don't blame Jake.
Maybe
all my
Marcus slew him
friends.
in claiming all of Tellingarden and ridding it
Well,
of all these...
Marcus is at fault for Grumblejack
Marcus.
and Isabel dying.
It's a little bit amusing, though, that in the end, Cash would have sided with Zacharias. Like, despite everything, if she knew, she would have
Yeah.
sided with him.
This is why I never told you everything.
See, don't trust DDS. You know, he's a liar and a trickster.
Don't trust devils.
Well, the thing is,
I will say this-
Don't trust undead either, really.
Whenever I talked to you guys about it, I had like the most impish smile on my face.
well, the thing is, if I hadn't pestered Dark back then to let me have Trick, I probably wouldn't. Because Trick also thought it was a fantastic idea.
Of course he did.
So if I hadn't pestered Dark to keep him...
So in the end, what you're saying is my loss turned out in the end to be my gain.
It did, because I ended up joining you, because Trick was like, you know what, you'll get pretty fucking powerful if you do that. And I'm pretty sure that Trick really, really didn't like Zacharias for some reason.
I love it with this. I love it with the Xanatos Gambit. I win either way.
Well, you know, Cash got what she wanted. It annoyed her to hell that so many cool people died because of hell. Because they were so cool.
Eisenach survived.
I don't care.
Yeah,
He didn't want to drink with Cash. What kind of man is that?
A professional.
I am curious about Eisenach though. Was he just, if the PCs have a lot of money, they get this amazing ally, or was there more depth to his character?
The depth to his character was that he's this amazing mercenary asshole who's a real badass. It's basically this is how you check. This is the PCs getting a choice. Do they want to spend enormous amounts of extra money on this army, or do they think, well, this will be enough? If they do, he's gonna be the best investment they can ever make. It says.
He certainly was.
Because he's amazing at what he does, and he's just super good. And having him is awesome. But of course, it costs you a lot of money. And at the beginning, you don't have a lot of money. Like the treasury is not that big.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that infantry in the war in the north. Holy crap! They just stomped through everything.
I think my weakness is that the NPCs, I really liked most of them, and I just wanted to keep them and have them in this paradise of Cash and just have fun.
Like this personal gallery of people.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Could have done a gallery like in Gigamon's Lair where things just have been smashed into the walls. I liked this one, so I smashed him.
I have a picture garden.
Cass just like to have pretty people to look at. Is that a crime?
She's like Grendel from Wheel of Time.
I think owning people is a crime in most places, yes.
Not in Catapesh.
Not in Catapesh.
It's true.
I like the fact that you kept saying that having slaves is illegal, and Cash was just selling slaves.
I mean, in Catapesh, as long as you have like the proper document and pay your taxes, that's perfectly fine.
No. While we were in Telengard, Cash was selling
Cash
slaves.
was certainly breaking the law in all sorts of ways.
Oh, yeah, well, no, who cares?
I think even Marcus began doing banditry at one point.
Yeah, yep.
Winning small villages and stealing from them.
Was I the only upstanding member of the Lord who burned towns?
I will have to say, Chiron didn't really do too much apart from giving parts of the kingdom away, I guess.
So I'm going to point this out, right? So I'm going to go through here.
Technically illegal.
So I'm going to go through here. So, Tyne, you did criminal activities, slavery, etc., etc.
I did a lot. I also did drugs and all kind of stuff.
Jake, you did banditry.
Jonas, yeah, no, like, you don't want to be near Farhold.
Jonas, you destroyed your entire hometown. Sheep, you destroyed your hometown.
Hey, I will let you know that Chiron destroyed 2 towns.
Okay, 2 towns.
At least.
My point is, Azurus is the only one who did not do crimes once we got into government. I'm the only one with a perfect record.
Well, every time Valerie was like, shouldn't we get slavery? And Sarah was like, no! I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, yes,
Valerie,
but...
come to my place later!
We were always like the people are going to rise up. Yeah, what are they going to do?
But Jake, I'm
we are
disappointed
literally
in you now.
Dragons. Some of us.
I just like that you always say, no, we don't want slavery. And
I mean, if you had done more of those things, then of course more people would have joined Belinda. However, at this point, you had so much power gathered that she didn't stand it. Like the army would have, if you had lost, your army would have somewhat scattered and broken, but certainly her army was much, much smaller than yours. And it almost always will be smaller. It's just how much smaller.
I just find it hilarious because Manika's like, so I own this underworld. What do they have? And they have a lot of stuff. They have slaves and drugs, all kinds of stuff. And he's like, what?
Slaves, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, I bet they had that too. He's like, are you gonna outlaw it? And I was like, no. Actually, I think they should give the most beautiful slaves to me as a gift. And they did. I just found it hilarious. I didn't. I actually felt like, you know what? I feel for you, Mallory. We should have slavery, but that's.
What was it? How's Cash's Atlantis faring?
I was gonna live there actually.
Sorry.
And then
The worst thing is, because I wanted to get it back to the surface, and I feel tricked on so many levels, because I don't know if Trick has a deal with Nabris. I don't know, but for some reason he was like, "Why don't you just make a deal with Nabris, and when he makes you into a devil, he will make you extremely strong, and you can get it back on your own." And I was like, I guess. So he suggested I should become a devil and wait. I feel so betrayed.
You could have become a devil. We allowed that legitimately.
Yeah, but then I would have been in Catapesh, having.
You could have been in Catapesh.
Not without
conquering it with an army.
Oh no! You know, half of being a devil is subverting.
Yeah.
Nah, you know, I like.
You wouldn't be having a life of luxury, admittedly. You'd be having a life of subverting.
She would have sucked at that. You know what? The day she had to drink lava from Nabris, she had such a hard time not being a smartass. I think even Dark wrote in the chat, Cat has to be, she has to bend the knee when Nabris. Stop being like that. I was like, that's not her character. And he's like, drink lava, and I was like, are you serious? But I did.
You drank the lava.
I drank the lava. It sucked. It really did, but I wanted more power, and I did. I did get more power from joining Asmodeus and drinking lava. But at the same time, I didn't. I felt it was fishy, and I thought he's gonna make me into something I don't want. And when Telemon was like, "No, I'm good," I was like, "Well, we can go out together."
Damn it, Sheep! If Telemonus didn't come, I might be able to convince her.
Not necessarily.
Telemonus coming to the ritual was pretty much a spur of the moment decision.
You changed everything.
I was basically like, you know, Telemonus has had his ass saved by hell like at least 3 distinct times now. He can at least consider everything.
So
he did, but he chickened out because he's Telemonus.
You're a chicken.
Well, Cash chickened out as well because she wants to be able to, you know, have this awesome palace that she has.
Cash really just wants to retire.
Yeah.
Right.
Cash was the one with the most straightforward ambition. You know, I just want a huge pleasure palace, and don't come knocking.
Well, the whole town has new ambition. So.
Rather a big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just like, I don't want any of this bullshit. Just leave religion, death, dragons, all of it out. I have so much money, I could just leave. And then I get all in that Nabris business, and I was like, shit, now I'm stuck in this business. But I didn't.
How it turned out in the end was pretty funny. We basically had like Marcus and Azirius conquering the entire world, Zacharias killing gods, Telemonus and Karen boning a god, and then we had Tina just settling down, living the quiet life.
Retiring.
And boning everything.
Yes.
Only 3 kids though.
But only 3 kids. Well,
you know
she's an alchemist. She can probably control that thing.
And the Shadow Drake.
The Shadow Drake.
That counts as like
I guess.
The funny thing was, I was gonna call because we had to talk what the kids were gonna name. So definitely one of them is gonna be called Desna and one of them Isabel. I was like, maybe I should call the third Adrastus. And Malika was like, what about Grumblejack? Like, Grumblejack is just an ugly name. He's like, but he's done so much for you and he's so cool. It's like, fine, he can be called Jack.
I learned. I know none of you cared about Grumblejack, and he knew that too. He was sad.
I liked Grumblejack.
It wasn't very
he jumped
good.
up and died.
It's just all Jake's fault, really.
Why didn't you pimp him.
Yeah, I had assumed that Jake.
Because I was trying to pimp me.
I pimped Trick.
All the cool shit.
I was trying to pimp me.
I didn't pimp anyone, but admittedly, on the other hand, I didn't have any named NPCs.
I gave
Timian some stuff, and I gave Grumblejack some stuff, and then I spent money on me.
You know, I just went to Trick, and I was like, "Here's 40,000, get pimped." And he's like,
40,000? What the fuck? 40,000? That's so much money.
I'm just gonna say, Jake, I bought a cathedral, and I paid like 30,000 to my organization at one point, just off the top.
I think Cash earned 4,000 gold per month.
We won because I saved money.
Thieves Guild, that you all just rallied to Trick as well. So
yeah, I just pimped him.
I gave like 150,000 to the tyrant and never got anything.
200,000 blew up.
Undead army.
Literally blew up
for it.
Look, I'm happy with how I spent. Like, if I had pimped out Grumblejack, then I wouldn't have had enough money for the campaign to end how it did. Mm-hmm. Like, we won because I saved 50k. Well, me and Azurius won because I saved 50k.
So what you're saying is, suck it, Grumblejack.
Yeah, fuck Grumblejack.
I liked him.
I like we couldn't have had 2 miracles. So
you know what? In the end, I know Trick was like, I'm happy I ended up with you, because I think he knew what happened to everyone else's people. And maybe he ended up being the snake that ended up with Cash and in doing all these things that got her caught up in all this madness. But I think if I had Grumblejack, he would have been in Catapish as well. Yeah. I just want them all in my museum so I can look at them.
Yeah, but since it's being discussed in chat currently, what exactly happened to Zacharias' staff?
There's a table to see if the guy's just crazy or what, but like most of them have like you get your money back at least, but or like it takes longer, but then he rolled a 1. I was like, well, that's harsh because that means that everything blows up. And they're like, we'll try a reroll. And they rolled a 1 again. I was like, oh well. I mean, that's fate.
Oh man.
At that point, I can't make it fudge it 3 times. Then what's the point?
I wished that it was me who sabotaged it, but it wasn't. I wished it.
So.
I just wanted to have had that staff in the battle. It would have been so cool.
I seriously wish that it was me, because I know some of you talked about that maybe it was me because I laughed so hard, but it was just because it was so funny.
It was funny.
It was. I'm sorry, but it was.
I think a moment that I'm gonna remember very fondly that I didn't create was when Sheep did the during the tyrant's talk with the tyrant. He did the slash. So now it's like slash whisper. Yeah, now so it's now right that he didn't do right. That was like a perfect moment.
I was so angry.
I was smiling so hard. I think that just made Tina more angry.
I was so angry.
I was like, you're a fucking genius. This is
you know what? I was
timing.
so close to just turn the laptop up and leave.
You just moved back. You were just ready to push them all into the soup, and it was pretty great.
I was doing everything I could to make it as tense as possible, and I enjoyed it a lot, even though I would not have joined the tyrant by myself, because I realized that most of the party seemed to be against the soul betrayal thing. I would, however, have joined Zacharias should he have turned.
Against the whole
That
betrayal
was my definite plan.
I actually also thought pretty hard about joining the tyrant.
I wanted to join. I wanted to join the winning side where I could get out alive and having my freaking own paradise. So all you had to do was give me a freaking good offer.
So what I hear is if Zacharias had joined and said, I will join with you, Tyrant, and Cash, you don't have to die, then it would all gone the other way.
Yeah. Things would have gone a lot differently, I think.
The thing was, I was the only one actually going anti-tyrant in the end.
Yeah.
Which, when suspicion got cast on me, I tried using that to try dragging you back, which was difficult because you guys are so persistent.
The thing with me is that I guess it didn't really it wasn't really evident at all during the game, but Marcus's whole thing is that he felt really guilty about being a bad guy.
I think
and so he was trying to kill his conscience the whole game. And so he thought about when he wanted to join the tyrant, he thought about, well, if I join the tyrant and he's not lying, then I can get away from this contract and I don't have to be this shitty person anymore. But it didn't happen, so.
Yeah, that's a shame. Things could have been very interesting indeed. Speaking of...
I think they were.
They were very interesting, that's true. They weren't boring, definitely.
The only reason I chose that Cash should join, because all she wanted was to rule and be alive and be awesome and have her own. And the reason she joined Asturias was because, first of all, she found out, I don't remember how she found out about this. Oh, yeah, because of Asturias was...
needed the Ice Queen.
Yeah, Asturias was like, I really need this Ice Queen. And I was like, why?
So I promised you power.
You promised me power. And I found out, apparently, half of the group is going to turn awesome. And I was like, you know what? That sounds freaking awesome. No one has given me an opportunity like this. I better do it. But
you didn't go through with it, strangely, but...
No, I didn't go through it because that is not what I wanted.
Power.
I want to fucking retire.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't argue with retire, but...
Speaking of character motivations, I probably should have made it more obvious, but I was really hoping that at some point someone being mostly Azurius actually would realize that Telemondus was first of all bound to hell in a way, and second of all made use of it, which never really happened. He kind of did the things he did because he thought he had to, but nobody really ever commanded him to do anything, which would have turned out interesting.
The thing was, Azurius had it pre-secure in his own code of conduct. Don't command the fellow party members.
And I mean,
and the thing was, he wouldn't break his own code there. He was going to command it. He was going to request from you, but not command.
I think Telemondus was also so well behaved that it was never required. You know,
that's also the case. But the thing, Azurius would not command you because one of the rules was never command you guys.
Also, Zacharias would have laughed in his face if he tried.
I mean, if you remember back when we took the Agathium, one of the things that came up was like, you better not try commanding us. Like, no. And the moment I said that, well, it's now in Azurius' code of conduct. He's not going to try it. And Azurius did not go back on his word.
If he does, he loses all his stuff. Like, well,
I take horrendous penalties for a day, which is I don't want.
I don't know what. Wasn't it pretty obvious the Cash would do basically everything if you gave her the good enough offer?
No. It was to me, anything Cash ever did to Zacharias was just hate him, and so he saw no opportunity at all to work with her.
Certainly, the whole undead aspect was very much denied.
That's what I was playing on to get you on my side. Just like help.
I heard that as a DM. I was like, but think about the undead. The tyrant will kill everyone, take over, and make everyone undead.
And when he said undead, it was basically no.
Yeah, that was kind of one of my major turn-offs as well. Because neither Kyron nor Telemondus really wanted to be undead.
The tyrant would never have understood that. Why would you not want to be undead?
It's freaking
exactly.
Gross.
You're crazy.
It's gross.
Well, you're still crazy.
If you're undead, you can't really grow and be awesome anymore. You're just kind of undead.
Hey,
tell that to Marcus.
Tell that to Zacharias.
Well, I mean growing in the physical sense, actually, which neither Marcus nor Zacharias really need.
You know, maybe Zacharias had really gross feet as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just chop your feet off and you can glide around.
Well, Cash, if you haven't noticed, she kind of wanted to be able to do the dance with no pants a lot.
Yeah. Hedonist.
I think that was pretty obvious.
She has freaking 4 males with her all the time. I think it was pretty obvious that she had quite a harem. So undead would have done nothing good for her. Also, I think she really liked the life part. Yeah, it's getting a night.
Yep. Any last questions? Because it's nearing midnight, and that is our general stopping time. So if there's anything you want to ask, speak now, or, well, write in the comments, and I'm sure the others will get to you.
One day.
Yeah.
True.
Before you guys leave, though, shall we make plans for our next thing?
You want to give
Do we
people
want
a
to do
sneak
that
peek?
here, or do we want to announce it in another video?
I don't know.
I think we should announce it in another video.
We should probably just decide on date when to start and stuff. If we still want to start.
Isn't it established already that we're going to take a 2-week break anyway?
Yes, that is definitely going to be a thing because Jonas is going to be away.
But now you've said that something will happen in 2 weeks, Jake.
I guess I
All this leaking of everything.
Yeah.
Notice I've never put you in charge of information security.
Well, the code certainly doesn't have any of these numbers. But does it have this now? Maybe. Yeah. So. Well, something will happen. We probably won't leave each other forever.
Probably.
And
I mean, I only came to visit Jonas to finally say him goodbye and leave his life utterly.
shake his hand.
Oh dear.
So I suppose, I mean, I don't know if we need to say any more than that. Be chewed up. It will be, I think, more outrageous than playing evil characters. I think you can say that much. It'll be more out there, more of a crazy concept.
We have
maybe
upped the
just
ante.
maybe with our training we can work.
We scaled it up a bit. We said villains. Ha!
Yeah. That is for amateur role players.
Right.
No, it was tough. The children, oh my god. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't even deal with it.
Jonas, Charlie lives and
You
managed to
spoiled the
get it.
surprise.
Oh!
What? What?
Charlie guessed it.
No.
Damn it.
Charlie.
Well, now we have to play something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
have
have
something else. It's not going to be made RPG then.
No, can't be anymore. I'm sorry.
I guess we have 2 weeks to think about what to do instead of made RPG.
And that's
But,
not too many.
Jagurkin even
character
called
with
my
a shark.
character.
Yeah,
Jagurkin even called my character. I was working on my voice.
Who told guys? No, we should stop this stream because it seems the more we say, the more correct they get.
Anyway.
You know, we really should, though, fairly soon maybe sit down and do that intro video.
Yes, we should.
We really should.
Yes,
Because the characters are basically ready.
but we should probably also not do it tonight. And I don't know when Sheep's back, and when you are as well.
I mean, I will be back on the 2nd of July, but Jonas will be back far later.
Yes.
Yes.
We can't really start without him.
So maybe this week while you're there, Sheep, in Sweden.
What?
I mean, I
There's
have
like super plants
everything.
everywhere.
I have everything with me. Technically.
Well,
To some degree, like you're really the only person who needs to do something, right? Is that not how it works?
That's
Do
true.
you mean like a big thing with all of us? Introducing all our people and whatnot?
I have one real quick question for Jonas.
Yes.
With the kids, where those people came pleading and were like, please just let the women and kids go.
In the veil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I muted myself and just pushed the laptop away. I was like, nope.
Yeah,
I'll
originally,
let Jonas do something about that.
Jonas, originally I was hoping they would summon the angels so I could sacrifice them early.
Oh,
You made that more difficult for me.
Well, there you go.
No, remember when we took over at the end that those women and children came pleading? It was terrible. I was like, I'm never gonna play evil again.
Did Zacharias ever find his wife's soul? You know, her soul was... he has not found it. He believes it was destroyed by the failed resurrection attempt.
It's actually a Mithras. It's like a bird cage of Mithras.
Might be, but Mithra is dead, so who knows what happened to it. He certainly went out to search for it, but he didn't find it. He's still searching, though. Who knows? Maybe he will actually track it down at some point.
Did your son die or something like that?
No, that was Matthias in my epilogue.
Oh, I forgot he was Matthias. Sorry.
And the question to Malon wanted to know about: did Azorius ever look for Fawn's soul? No. Fawn never held any power over him. Fawn was dead.
All right then. And with that, I suppose we can close the book of the Way of the Wicked. We know how our story ended.
You're gonna
We know
share
how
the
it
book?
didn't end. And
Books.
there we go.
You're gonna share the books?
Not now.
No, but
I'm in the middle of ending a thing here.
Yeah.
Shh.
I wanna read.
Go to sleep. Yes, and
I mean, Malachi would never share something that only he owns, and we would have to buy the books, of course.
Ah.
I was actually the one who bought the
Yes.
books and gifted
That
them
is
to
true.
Malachi. So I'm
You
actually,
shouldn't have said that,
But,
because now everyone knows that Malachi doesn't actually.
but I own book 7, right?
yeah, it was
Friends
gifted to
bought
us
it
by.
for you.
Wasn't
by
there any
generous-
more Minion quests in that book we got?
There was, yes.
Why didn't we do any of them?
Because they felt so out of place all the time.
Yeah, they were kind of out of place. There was a nice thing to do on the side, but I
Now-
would never have wanted to give up a proper session to do a minion quest, like a
Now-
bonus session. That would have been fine. But
We will, I'm sure, talk later in these coming days. Maybe even make an intro video for the next thing we're going to be doing. So keep your eyes tuned. But maybe also take a few days off because you've probably just watched a lot of these videos on YouTube. I mean, chances are you're not in the stream. Chances are you're watching this on YouTube and you've just watched a whole lot of it. So
also, if
So-
you can send me proof that you've watched all videos in a row without stopping, I am going to send you money.
but then you are going to be dead, though.
You
So that's probably not
basically
it.
just listened to a 4-hour podcast, so props.
Also that.
So thank you to you as well. I hope you have enjoyed this, and if it's not like 2030, maybe a question in the chat will be answered.
If it's 2030,
in
high
the
future.
comments. Then I'm sure we'll be on like holograms or whatever. But
High future.
you know, and we'll be
Next
old
time,
men
Rahal,
at this point.
Raphael,
because we'll be
Solos,
pensioned.
Orcus,
I
yeah.
don't want to be an old man.
Oh, that's true.
I have plans for it, but you know.
So yeah, thank you all. Thank you guys. It's been a true joy these past 2 years, and yeah, it'll be a few weeks, and then we'll be at it again for the next 2 years. So
What?
No
Don't,
pressure on the.
don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. I get
That's
cold
the
it's a
old
couple
sweats.
grind.
weeks of holiday, right?
I think it's pretty amazing. So.
Good game, well played, requeue.
Yep.
Aw.
Next.
No.
No, enjoy it for what it was. I really liked it.
Yeah,
and
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great.
the
It was
end.
great. The end. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Good.
So thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next one we do.
Before you stop the stream, Jonas.
I'm not stopping the stream. I'm stopping the recording.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
We're gonna hang in the stream for a little
We'll
bit
never know
more.
what it was.
Ha ha ha.
But yeah, if you're watching this on the channel, thanks for watching. Yeah, everything was great.
We hope.
Yep.
Yep.
That's about it. Bye.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.